What is going on? In this video, I'm going to be going through an exact live call review training with the closer that I'm coaching at the moment and going through what exactly he needs to improve. You should gain from this video how to actually coach closers and what to focus on when analyzing a sales call from your closer. If you guys don't know me already, my name's Tom and I've built and trained a team of 19 sales reps in a door-to-door sales company, achieved a closing rate of 58% and closed 1.27 million in coaching sales in the last 12 months. Let's get into it. What's going on, Cam? You okay?
Yeah, mate, you?
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, sweet. Well, look, let's get rocking and rolling, jump into it. This call you want me to review specifically, do you know off the top of your head what you want to work on, what you feel like you didn't really do the best in this?
Yeah, so with this call, it ended that just in fear. Did try and do like a lot of objection handling, probably spent around like 20 to 30 minutes with him on the call, kind of in the pocket of fear. Spent a good amount of time, but I feel like I could have maybe preempt that or kind of set his expectation throughout the discovery to when that fear comes, because he had mentioned it's his first time investing. Obviously, it's going to be pretty inevitable, so kind of addressing that beforehand. So just seeing where I could have done things in the discovery different to pre-handle fear more.
Okay, sweet. So you want to review the discovery side of things, not the objection handling straight away, just to see what you could have done in the discovery, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Beautiful, bro. Beautiful. Okay, sweet. Well, look, I can share my screen. I think I might have access, and then we can get to it. You ready?
yeah. Let's do it
Beautiful. Okay, let's get into it. Where do you want me to start? Just straight off?
straight off the cuff, I'd say.
Okay, sweet.
Bam, 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 bam. Okay, I did away from the employees then. I'll
Yeah,
take it.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But whereabouts are you from, Dan?
Leicester,
Leicester, nice man. I'm from Manchester, so how far is that? That's like a couple hours away.
couple of hour drive, about 100 miles, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm a Man United fan, so I've been up the M6 a few times.
Been to a few Old Trafford games.
Yeah,
Good lad, good lad. All right, man. Well, let's get into it. Before we
yeah,
do want to clarify, you obviously booked today's meeting to kind of get your head around George's mechanical, kind of his approach to trading, right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Beautiful, man. I know you said you were busy watching that video just a minute ago. Was it useful at all, insightful in any way?
Yeah, I mean, it all makes perfect sense. I say it sort of makes sense. The concept of it makes sense, but obviously it's the understanding the nitty gritty, if you like. The way he talks about the mechanics of it and stuff. It's how do you get to that point where you understand the mechanics to build that sort of process?
Yeah, man.
This is
It's a
all
good.
extremely new to me. I won't lie. Um,
That's a good thing, man.
yeah,
Change is good. Change
yeah,
is good, mate. Well, let me give you some context. So typically when I do take these calls, I really like to, first of all, just get to know you, get to know your situation.
yeah,
Obviously, you said it's quite a new thing, so just get my head around your experience and everything like that.
yeah,
I do like to get very clear on your goals and your why behind doing this, just for the main reason we can make a tangible game plan to get you
yeah,
there.
yeah.
And if it does make sense, then obviously can put that game plan in place and show you what it looks like to work with us if we do get that bit of the call. Does that sound good to you, my mate?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, yeah.
Cool, man. Well, yeah, what's going on with you, mate? Obviously, you said it's quite a new thing, and yeah,
Yeah.
what's got you wanting to look into trading?
Well, originally, I've seen a couple of people on Instagram that do trading, and I've always
Oh
thought,
yeah.
oh, that looks good. You know, obviously, the whole is it real? Does it work?
Mm.
Because obviously, some.
One thing I'll say with the intro is I remember reviewing one of your calls about a week ago, and just want to say great improvement on your energy, right? You seem like you're really comfortable, you don't really care too much, and you've just got that indifferent vibe to yourself, which is great, and it's such a good improvement. It really shows authority, it shows frame, and it shows that yeah, you are the leader, you are the person who has the answers, and you're just there to help. So fair play to you on that sense. One thing I would say is first question. Of course, the program that you sell is trading, but it's a specific type of trading. What
Hmm.
I would say is something a bit more specific. So,
Okay.
what is the main reason that you want to look into mechanical trading rules versus any other trading type of strategy? Because trading, that look, he might have already been in trading for the past 10 years. So it's not looking into trading, he's looking into a specific strategy of trading. Versus if you say, yeah, I want to, why do you want to look into trading? He might say a completely different answer to why do you want to specifically look to this specific strategy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what
definitely.
I've noticed is the more specific the first question is, the quicker the quicker your answers are, the quicker you get to the gold, and the more specific the answers are, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I was watching a video recently where it's like first 3 to 5 minutes is probably the most crucial part where really identifying a problem or a clear pain point. And I feel like asking more like sharp questions like that will obviously get me there quicker rather than 10 minutes on a call and you don't even know what problem he's facing.
Yes, yeah, 100%. Great start, by the way, but I'd just be a bit more specific in your first question. All
Be more
good?
detailed. Yeah, makes sense, bro.
Sweet.
Somebody flashes, oh, you can do this and make this much money. You're always a bit skeptical, aren't you? So I sort of like seen it and thought, oh, that looks good. And then anyway, a guy I work with, he started trading, and he was a few weeks in, maybe a month in, and he was sending me screenshots of like, this is what I've done today. He was doing quite well. And also on that video I've just watched, it was talking about the funded accounts. The what are they called, the prop accounts,
prop firms, yeah.
Prop firms, yeah. So he's actually got one of those funded accounts now.
Nice.
So he's running bigger trades and stuff. And then all that I've been doing, he's been sending me his signals, and I've just been I've literally been doing small trades and learning the basics basically, with the goal of not losing money, but slowly building.
It's always the goal.
Yeah. So I've just been taking it really slow. And for example, I've made 75 quid in the last 2 days, which is very minimal, but it's me learning the basics.
Yeah, sure.
So I signed up to a Star Trader account using MetaTrader 5. So I've got a bit of, I'm sort of learning all about the stop losses, to take profits, and all that sort of stuff, and when to move your stop loss to break even and this sort of stuff. And I've basically just really dipping my toe in. But obviously, the long term game is the long term dream would be not to have to work a bloody 9 to 5. I say 9 to 5, it's more like 7 till 6.
7 till 6.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'd love to be able to do it full time. Whether that's unrealistic, I don't know. But
what do you do?
So I'm a regional manager.
Right.
So we deal with construction materials. So I'm all up and down the country, work long hours. It's a stressful job as well. It's operations management, though. It can be stressful. Phone ringing out of hours, all that sort of
Can
stuff.
we pause it here, then, quick?
Yeah, would you say it's the long hours that make it quite?
I felt like, in hindsight, looking back on this call, like I could have really used that ammunition in the objection handling where I didn't kind of reiterate his pain, but maybe because I didn't go into it enough. Like at this point in the call, would you be solely focusing in, okay, you say it's a 6 till 8 or a 6 till 7, like would you be focusing dialing in on that, or would you let him speak more then dictate on where you probe in?
Well, I would not even probe on that straight away. I probe in on what he said beforehand. So you asked, why do you want to get into trading? And he said, yeah, well, look, I've made £75 in the last 2 days. Okay, so why is he on the call? Why does he want to pay X amount of money to potentially get a different trading strategy? Why is that not working for him to potentially pay thousands to get a new one? Do you know what I mean? And that's why the first question is super important, because if you would have asked, why specifically do you want to get into mechanical trading? He probably would have told you straight away versus, oh yeah, I'm doing this, it's doing pretty well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So he's just said, yeah, I'm copying my trades from my friend, made £75 in the last 2 days. Okay, sweet. So what's his name? Dan, why specifically are you potentially looking for a new strategy? Like, what about the strategy at the moment, you copying friends' trades, is not working for you? Do you know what I mean? And that's the real pain towards trading. Then once you've got past that real pain, that's when you can focus on what he's doing at the moment, why he doesn't like that. But from what I gathered, your offer is a specific niche type of trading. Is it more beginners, or is it more traders who want to get a specific style?
It attacks both beginners and experienced traders. The whole point of it is a mechanical rule set to take all the emotions out, and you only trade in 1 to 2 hours a day. That's like the buying point.
Okay.
So it's less time on the charts, and you don't have to think about it. It's kind of set and forget.
Yeah, sweet. So you want to focus on the actual strategy side of things as well, and why he wants to change to your specific winning strategy, to start with, anyway.
Okay.
Sweet.
Quite stressful because it's like 6.
Long hours and managing people.
Right. Yeah.
Make it stressful. Yeah. And, demanding customers, and there's a lot of factors that make my job stressful.
And if what drawing you to trading is it's kind of more on you rather than dealing with customers and
that's it.
with.
I'd love nothing more than just to be a one-man band, work for myself, look after myself. That'd be, like I say, the long-term dream.
Yeah.
Whether I've got the capacity to learn it in such a way that I could be that successful, I've no idea. But unless you start, you don't know, do you?
Very true, mate. Very true. You might as well find out and know for yourself. And that's what. And let me know if you agree with this. Like when I speak to people when they've done signals, or they know people that have had a little bit of trading experience and they kind of follow that path. It's more just kind of like the knowledge of knowing it, how to do it themselves, and kind of just having the knowledge and know-how behind it all. Is that kind of where you're at with following your mentor
Yeah, I mean,
stuff? Or?
the signals I've had so far have been decent. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not knocking them, but it'd be lovely to just be able to do it myself.
Do it yourself. Yeah.
So
Okay.
the short-term goal would be, I don't know, earn enough money for a holiday every year.
So would you
earn
stop
enough money for like a
there
couple of grand in the
and
bank.
like kind of unravel that
Why?
a bit more?
Yeah. Why is it important that he wants to do it on himself?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Because he said
Like,
the
why is that
signals have
exact?
been decent.
Pardon?
Because he said, "Oh yeah, the signals have been decent so far, so it's not like he's
Yeah.
clearly not got some truth there."
You've got to realize you're not selling trading. He's already in trading, right? It's not like he's a beginner. Well, it's not like he doesn't know what trading is or he's just having a look at it. He's already been trading, right? So you're not selling trading itself. You're selling the framework. So you want to get as much data points as possible on why his framework right now isn't working. That's what would be pricking up in my mind right now is, okay, he's doing 75 in 2 days. Why does he want to change? And why does he want to do it on his own? So I'd almost listen for little cues in terms of things that could lead you down that path. Look at it as you're in a garden, right? You're in one of those walled gardens, and you're trying to find a way out. You're trying to find a way to the other end of the garden, and doors open here and there. You've got to spot the doors, right? And that door just then was yeah, I want to do it myself. Okay, Dan, like why specifically do you want to do it on your own? And what that's going to do is that's going to lead you to the pain in why he doesn't want to stay doing his friend's trains.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes where I get lost is knowing which genuine points are worth probing into and worth not. And I feel like sometimes that's why I might probe into the wrong things, but based on what you're saying there, it would make more sense to initially always just probe into the framework and how he does trading and why that's not working, then go on to maybe his job or whatever it is, but like kind of always kind of stick it to the frame first. I feel like that would make more sense.
Yeah. I think what you should do, and it's a very good point, by the way, you should go into every single call thinking, okay, they're either one of two prospects with this specific offer. They either haven't done trading before and they want to learn from someone. They've not done it ever before, or they've done it before, but their strategy doesn't work. If they've done it before and their strategy doesn't work, you want to probe in on why that strategy doesn't work and the pain behind that strategy not working. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're a complete beginner, what you want to focus on is their current situation, why they even want to get into trading in the first place. Okay.
Yeah.
Does that make a bit more sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because I feel like sometimes I'm just almost using the same approach with each different type of prospect, and that's why I feel like I'm kind of getting lost. So just having a system to how I do it, I think is gonna solve that for me.
Yeah, 100%. You've got to see it as leverage, right? Like he wants a new strategy. He wants a new strategy. And for that, you need to build the greed on why his strategy doesn't work. At the very start of the call, he's saying, oh, well, I'll make £75 in 2 days. So if you don't build the greed enough, then he's probably going to end the call thinking, well, my strategy works to a certain extent. So why do I need to pay £5,000 or however much the program is to get a new strategy? So it's your goal to build the reasons why his strategy doesn't work and why your strategy does. Okay.
And I think that is a clear reason why he probably didn't close at the end. Because even though he wasn't fair, I don't think like I addressed his strategy enough to where he's like, well, I can still make money from what I'm doing now. It wasn't like I need to change the way I'm doing it, you know?
Yeah. That's always what I attack when I hear someone say something good. Okay, like let's say an egotistical prospect says, yeah, well, look, I'm doing £3,000 a month or 10 grand a month, whatever. It's pretty good. I'm just looking for more. And that is alarm bells right there. Because if I don't address that, if I don't address why he's looking for more and why that isn't enough, then they're never going to close.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
Go for it.
That would be the short-term game. And I think if I did it for, I don't know, say a year, the way I'm going, I'd probably be able to achieve that. But obviously, I've seen various people on the internet that have obviously made it more professional and are making a lot more than that. So if I can make a career out of it, then like I say, that'd be the long-term dream.
makes a ton of sense, man. So it's like the sense that you dip your toe, you've tasted the trading, you know you can make money in this. It's like, okay, how can I learn the right things so I can make money, but I can also potentially pursue this a bit more to a higher extent? Is that kind of where you're at?
Yeah.
Sure, man. Have you asked your mate? I know your mate said with the signals and he's has he not tried to teach you and give you the fundamentals at all? What's going on there?
Well, to be honest, I think he's getting his signals from someone else. So I don't think he doesn't know that. I don't think he sits and analyses the charts himself either.
Follow the leader. There's someone else.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's what it is. You know, we're in a Telegram group, and he sends what a signal through, and if you can get on, you get on. And like I say, the ones I've had so far have been pretty good. But I'm only lucky. I put 500 quid in. That was my. And I got a 100% deposit bonus as well, so my account was at 1,000, and I'm only buying in at 0.05. Like I say, just literally just testing the water.
Just trying it out.
Yeah.
Would you say for you to get to the point of where you can pursue this a bit more full on and get to the funded account approach, you're going to have to develop your skills and your knowledge, and the signals isn't going to cut it for you long term to build?
No, I think you could do it that way. If you could do it that way, but it'd take a lot longer, I think. Yeah. So I mean, if I tried to learn it myself and I couldn't get my head around it, then I'd just stick to what I'm doing now. But I'd like to at least give it a try.
Give it a try.
Yeah. I mean, sure. I look at it and I think, Jesus, like, it all looks a bit complex.
So how would you probe in?
Is that what you like about the way George kind of puts it across? Where it's...
Well, I still don't know why he wouldn't just carry on with what he's doing at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, I still have no idea why. Like, he made £75 in 2 days. Like, why not just carry on doing that? Like, honestly, I have no idea why he wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? Do you?
Yeah. Purely based on that, no.
Let's say someone came into a car dealership with a Ferrari, right? Came speeding down the road into a car dealership. I don't know if this is a good analogy. And he said, "Oh, check my new car." And he was just walking around the dealership, and you didn't ask him why he's looking for a new car, even though he's got a Ferrari. Like, how confused would you be? And you see this guy with a crazy Ferrari, and I'm not saying £75 in 2 days is a Ferrari, but you see this guy with a crazy Ferrari. He's looking around the dealership, smile on his face. Like, why on earth is that guy there? You just got to ask it. Do you know what I mean? And look, if you're doing £75 in 2 days, why not carry on doing that? Like, why specifically do you want the mechanical trading strategies that we teach? And why not just carry on doing what you're doing? Because it's not consistent. Because I don't trust my friend. Because this. And then you have pain. And then you have something to probe into. But if you don't ask why and the elephant in the room, then you will never know. And you won't have leverage at the end. But I feel like a lot of sales guys don't want to ask that question because they feel like maybe they might think, oh yeah, why don't I just carry on doing what I'm doing? But at the end of the day, they're on the call for a reason.
And do you think that obviously stems from just coming into the call with just like a more of a curious aspect to it all, of just like trying to get on their side of the table, ask more questions, and just be more curious with the stuff he gives me?
I think you need to go into the call searching for a problem.
Right.
Like, you don't have a problem here. There's not a real pain. And it's your job as the salesperson to find and fix the problems. Right? And the discovery before the goals, like the main goal, and it comes down to the last time we reviewed the call. It's making sure that you know each part of the call, you know the reasons for each part of the call and each section, and actually attacking those reasons, right? You attacking those goals. Right now, you are sort of going through the process, but you've not attacked a pain yet.
Still quite surface.
Yeah, I'd say less than service. You know, there's near to no pain, apart from maybe a bit about his job, but just search for a pain. And if you don't hear a pain, just point out. Look, it seems like you're doing pretty well. Like, why exactly do you need our help? Like, what's exactly brought you to the call?
That makes
And
sense.
it also stems from asking specific questions at the start of the call. But I'd say on a macro level, maybe the reason why you didn't close this guy, and I've not seen the rest of the call, but maybe the reason why you didn't close this guy is because you weren't specific enough on what his pain was. You didn't effectively dig the pain.
Yeah, I agree. Because not long after this, we go into the goals. As you can see, I start sharing my screen, and that's when normally I start pitching. So like 20 minutes in, so we normally do like another 5-10 minutes of goals. So yeah, I think purely based off that, I just didn't. Yeah, I just didn't take my time to actually find out a real problem. I kind of just
Yeah. Well,
assumed rather than.
let's do it, bro. Let's do it. Do you want to role play it?
Yeah, let's go into it.
See, man. Okay, your closer. I'll be the prospect. The main goal is to just find out what my problem is. So we'll do a similar prospect to Dan. Okay.
Sure. Cool.
So
Do you want me
how's
to
it
go?
going, Cam? You okay?
Yeah. Yeah, good mate. You?
Beautiful, beautiful.
Good man. Good man. Whereabouts are you, Tom?
I'm in Cape Town, South Africa, living up.
Nice. Living the dream, man. Living the dream. Well, let's get into it. Before we do, you did book today's call to understand more about the mechanical side of trading, correct?
Yeah, 100%.
Perfect, man. Perfect. I know when you book meetings like this, you get a few bits of content. Sometimes are quite useful. Did you manage to check out? Was it useful?
Yeah. The video was pretty useful. I'm just trying to get my head around it. Fairly new to the space, but yeah, it's good.
Okay, cool, man. Cool. Well, let me give you some context. So, typically, to start the calls, just like to get to know a bit about your background, your situation, what you've done in trading so far. Then, we'd like to get a really clear goal and a clear why behind that goal, just to see if we can tangibly make a plan for you to get there. And we're just the vehicle that can do that for you. And then, obviously, if we are, we can talk about working together and what that looks like. Does that sound good, mate?
100%. Far away.
Well, really for you, Tom, like what's going on recently for you to where you're obviously looking for some help and in particular the mechanical side of trading. Why are you looking into that?
Yeah. Good question. So just a bit about myself. I've been doing all right with trading, just got into trading, and I currently copy my friend's trades. He just gives me the signals, made 70 to 75 pounds in the last 2 days. It's going all right. Um, but yeah, I'm just really trying to find out more, learn a bit more about trading, really.
Makes sense, man. And how long have you been copying your friend's signals for?
Oh, about 3 months.
3 months. Okay. And you said it's going all right. What's making you wanting to look into mechanical approach or at least change the way you're doing it?
Yeah, well, I think with my friend, it's not consistent. I said I made 75 pound in 2 days, yes, but it's just not consistent. And sometimes there are some losing trades. Sometimes he's just not available. He's not quite that active with trading. So I just want something that I can learn myself. I don't have to rely on someone else with, and I could just rely on myself to consistently get that income.
And has that been like that for the past 3 months?
Yeah, pretty much. It's been pretty consistent. Which look, I like getting the money here and there. I just want a bit more of it. I just want to, whilst he's away, whilst he's working, I want to be able to trade on my own. I want to be able to rely on myself.
Sure. And would you say you're at a point now where you're obviously on today's call and looking to kind of fill the gaps in knowledge so you are more consistent, you're ready to make a change?
What do you mean? Sorry.
Like, are you at a point now where you're like, okay, yeah, I might be doing signals and it's going all right, but I'm pretty committed to actually making a change and learning a different way of doing it?
Yeah, potentially if it's the right way. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And what was it about the mechanical side that draws you in?
Good question. I just feel like it's just black and white, right? There's no emotions tied to it. I get quite emotional sometimes, so yeah, it's black and white. I can just rely on the mechanical side of things. I can rely on a system and not have to rely on myself trying to figure it out.
Why do you think the emotions have been drawn in for the past ones you've done?
No, it's not specifically. It's just, you hear in trading, if you don't have a right strategy, emotions can come in.
Yeah. And do you feel like that's where you're at with the signals because you're obviously relying on your friend?
Yeah, yeah, you could definitely say that. You can definitely say that. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool, man. Um, I don't know if you want to cut the role play there or continue, but would you?
So is that because you ran out of questions?
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. Well, look, straight away, like great improvement, right? You got straight onto the pain on why I don't want to use the old training strategy versus the mechanical ones. So
Mm.
great improvement there. I just get a lot more specific on the specific problem, right?
Right. Okay. So in terms of that, do you mean like going more in depth on the emotions that you mentioned, or is it more
Oh,
going?
sorry, I probably misunderstood. No, I meant I just get deep on the problems, and you did do that. So
Right. Okay.
it's just no major improvement on that. We want to focus on one thing at a time. So great
Yeah.
improvement from the call review that we did. I just keep on focusing on doing that in your next calls, focusing on thinking, okay, what's the problem here?
Yeah.
Okay, and gather up probably about two, three pain points, and then you can move on. That's what I usually go off. Two to three pain points, and then move forward. And you want to get full understanding on those pain points as well.
Okay. No worries.
Does that help so far?
Yeah, that helps a ton. And with that, like obviously you saw me go into the passive signal group. So with that type of avatar, let's say I've got the pain point one of the signal groups and then two, the emotions. What other questions would you ask to kind of discover the other pain points? Would you go more into the job or would you kind of stick into the trading or to kind of just play it by ear?
Yeah, I go more into the job. Once I understand why the current strategy isn't working, why he wants to get into mechanical, specific probing into that pain point, then I go into his job. Okay, no worries, man. What are you doing for a living at the moment? How's that going? Then probe into that.
Sure.
Then once you know why he doesn't want to be in his job, he doesn't want to stay in his current trading strategy, and
Mm.
why mechanical trading is the answer, then you can move on to the goals. Okay, no worries. Well, look, Dan, let's say you were implementing the mechanical trading strategy, you were consistently trading. What is the goal? Like, what's the financial goal? And make sure you tie it into mechanical trading.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No worries.
Beautiful.
Just writing this down.
Did did you have any questions so far?
No, it made a ton of sense, and I think it is the saying of quality questions will give you a quality answer, not so quality. It's probably where
Yeah.
I've been caught up in the recent calls. Just being a bit more of a sniper and precise with it, I feel like will solve a lot of the problems I've been facing. But
Yeah, definitely. And how I would do this is practicing outside the call, just trying to think of your questions. Let's say you're walking around the house, you're speaking to your mates. Take a second to think, okay, is this question a good question to ask? Is there any better questions I could ask to get a better answer? Just be a bit more intentional with the questions you ask, because if you embody it outside sales calls, you'll naturally do it in sales calls.
yeah,
But great improvement on the role play. I don't really like to overcomplicate things. I like to focus on one main needle mover. Now. Needle mover, and I think the main needle mover for you is just to focus on digging the relevant pain
yeah,
and digging two to three more. Right, so two to three bits of pain. First of all, the main pain that's brought him to the call or her, and yeah, just go from there. Making sure you're probing, making sure you understand.
100%, bro. Appreciate it, man.
Sweet, brother. Sweet. Well, look, my DMs are open. If you need anything, let me know. And yeah, have a beautiful rest of the day, brother.
Nice one, bro. Appreciate it, man.